We have a very captive audience with CRM users of Tessitura that need marketing automation, and Prospect 2 and ActiveCampaign is a perfect fit for that. We built a really integrated middleware that ties these two systems together in ways that just normally you don't see.
We are really able to help these arts and cultural organizations do a lot more with really small teams. They really value personalization, and there's the idea of surprise and delight with the patron experience of how can you make that memorable, because that will build on their relationship with you, and they're more likely to become a donor or a member or a subscriber or whatever it is, or even tell their friends.
So Donate 2 is one of our products. Obviously it's integrated with Stripe. It integrates with ActiveCampaign, Prospect 2. When they make a contribution, we're tying directly into their CRM system, updating all the way down to the GL for accounting purposes, and ties into Stripe with reconciliation. That then also flows over into ActiveCampaign to trigger automations and do other things with deep data, site tracking, event tracking, and even marketing opt-in communications. And we're, obviously with all the things you guys are doing with SMS, we're adding the SMS aspect to that as well.
We're able to really make smart choices that are based on the needs of the community. With our client base, we have a really wide range of types of organizations. So everything from, 80-seat theaters that have maybe 10,000 contacts up to really large multi-venue opera houses and performing arts centers that have 2 million plus contacts. And all of them use the same CRM, all of them have access to the same ActiveCampaign features and our same integration. And it's really interesting to see, regardless of what size they are, a lot of their needs are the same. And we're able to meet the 2 million size accounts at the same place as the 10,000 and make that accessible across all of them. In all of that, we're able to make sure that they are, as best they can, treating each of those contacts as a real person. The shutdowns during COVID was a really prime example of our clients having to think on their feet and figure out what to do. And because of the level of automation that's possible with ActiveCampaign and the integrations and the possibility, they were able to, even with furloughed teams and reduced staff and nothing happening at their venues, they were able to connect with their audiences and still keep that level of personalization that is so important to them without having to have a full team.
During that period, one of our organizations, a ballet in California, they had to take shows that were sold and ask, do you want this refunded or do you want to turn it into a donation? So imagine two buttons in an ActiveCampaign Prospect 2 email. One of them says, I'll donate. The other one says, I'd like a refund. Or maybe a third button that says, just put the money on hold and I'll use it later. It's called on account. So there's 3 buttons there. And our tool facilitates a single click, and it would send a message back into their CRM saying that this person, this constituent, wants to record their selection this way. It prevented phone calls after phone calls, trying to track people down to get that information. And literally they had 4,000 of these responses within 5-6 hours in that next day. And they were able to process all the refunds, they were able to process the donations and put the money on account. That was just one example of a really creative way to use the tool set to solve a problem they never knew they were going to have. One of the things that excites me, and it always has since in 2016-17 when we came and met with Jason and the early team, was the partnership we felt was going to be created between what we're doing and ActiveCampaign. So when we come with an idea or an issue or a thought, it isn't just Sydney and I, dreaming this up and coming to you. It's literally 200 and more arts organizations in Australia, New Zealand, the UK, United States, and Canada that have these needs that we're bringing to the table, going, this is what they want, this is what they need.
That's one of the reasons we picked ActiveCampaign, is because of that relationship and because we could see that there was growth for the platform and growth for us, and it could really be a partnership through the changing market needs.